How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Patriot DIY channel. In this video, we're going to show you how to build your own cedar planter boxes. Alright guys, now in our last couple videos we showed you how to build some raised garden beds. In this one we're going to show you how to build some of these planter boxes for your flowers. The ones we're building here are 16 inches by 16 inches by 14 inches tall. And the great thing about this project is the entire thing can be built using fence pickets. So you can either use the cedar fence pickets or you can use treated pine fence pickets. Either one will work. I think the cedar ones look great if you're going to leave it the natural wood color, but if you're painting it, there's no reason you can't just use the pine ones and save a little bit of money. Now these are designed so that you can just get some potted flowers from your local garden center or arrange your own and just drop that whole pot right down into your planter box, and that's all you really need to do. Now you could also just fill these with soil if you wanted to alter the plans a little bit and make it with a solid bottom. That would be just fine. And we will have plans for how to build these linked in the description below if you want to build these for yourself. Now we're going to get in here and I'm going to show you step by step how to build these planter boxes. But first guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Now let's get to work. For this project, we're going to be using cedar fence pickets. These are 5.5 inches wide and 5/8 of an inch thick. These are great because they're very affordable, but if you've ever worked with these before, you know they have a very rough texture. So the first thing we're going to do is sand them down. Now the majority of this project is made up of 1 3/4 inch strips. So we're going to set our table saw to 1 3/4 and go ahead and rip down these boards. Then we're ready to take it over to the miter saw and cut these down to length. I will have the dimensions for all of these listed in the plans linked below, but the components we're going to be cutting out here are some legs, 2 different sizes of stretcher, and some pieces for a top cap. The stop block on our miter station is great for making these repeatable cuts. If you haven't seen our video on the miter station, I will put a link to that right here at the top of the screen. Now we need to drill some pocket holes into our stretchers. So we're going to set our drill bit to 1/2 inch material, and we're going to be drilling 2 pocket holes on each end of our stretchers. I'm going to be using the Craig 720 Pro pocket hole jig for this, and you can see we're using the 2 holes that are closest together. Now we can lay everything out and get ready to assemble our sides. Each side is going to need 2 legs and 2 stretchers. And I'm going to be measuring up 1.5 inches from the bottom of each leg, and that's where our bottom stretcher is going to go. The top stretcher is just going to align with the top of each leg. And you can see I'll be using a combination of squares and clamps on our assembly table to hold everything together while we assemble it. And then to fasten this together, we're going to be using 1-inch pocket hole screws. And we're ultimately going to have 2 different sizes for our sides. 2 of our sides are going to be slightly smaller than the others, so they can fit on the inside of our other 2 sides for the final assembly. And we're just going to repeat that process for all 4 sides. Since our 2 smaller sides are going to fit on the inside of the others, we're going to take these back over to the Craig 720 Pro and drill 4 pocket holes in each leg. And now we can go back over to the miter station and cut out the backer pieces for each side. Then we can go ahead and attach these to our sides. Now we're only going to be attaching these to our two larger sides for now. This will make more sense to you in just a minute. But I'm going to measure up 1 inch from the bottom of that stretcher. I'm also going to be using some exterior wood glue to help hold all this down. Now with the inside of our side facing up, I'm going to go ahead and position these backer pieces, and I'm going to tack them in place using brad nails. Once I've got those tacked in place, I'm going to go back and countersink and fasten them with 1 inch wood screws. Now since the thickness of these fence pickets can vary just a little bit, you want to be careful not to drive these screws in so far that they come out the other side. Now I think using screws here is going to make our planter much stronger, but you could definitely just fasten these down using only glue and brad nails. And we flip it over, and I think the finished product looks great. Once we have our two larger sides fully assembled, we can attach the two shorter sides, and we're going to be doing that again with exterior wood glue and these 1 inch pocket hole screws. And once we've attached our two shorter sides to our two longer sides, we can go ahead and put the entire assembly together. I found it helpful to go ahead and kind of tack these in place with brad nails before going back and putting in our pocket hole screws. Then we can go ahead and put in the rest of our backer pieces, and we're going to be doing that the same way we did on our other two sides. Once our four sides are assembled, we can go ahead and put in our bottom slats. This is going to help sturdy up the entire structure and give a spot for your potted plants to sit. We're going to need 3 slats, and we're going to evenly space them across the bottom and fasten them with wood glue and 1 inch screws. Now we can flip it over and check to make sure everything's square. A great tool for this is one of these strap clamps that'll help hold everything nice and square while we get our top cap on. Now we're going to take our strips for our top cap back over to the miter saw, and we're going to cut a 45-degree miter on each end. And again, the stop blocks on this miter station were great for making sure each of our components here are the exact same length. Now we can assemble the top cap, and you can see that I have drilled some pocket holes into the diagonals of each of these, and I'll use my square to position everything where it needs to be. Apply a little wood glue to the joint and fasten it with a pocket hole screw. And once I've got that assembled, I am going to go back and put in some staples just to help hold this miter joint together. To attach our top cap, I'm just going to apply some exterior wood glue to the top of our planter, and we'll put the top cap in place, making sure we have an even overhang all the way around. Once I've got it positioned where I want it, we're going to fasten it down to our planter with some brad nails. And our planters are complete, guys. I think this looks great. We were able to hide all of our hardware on the inside of the planter, and I'm really happy with the final product. And of course, you can just leave these the natural cedar color, or you can go back and paint them if you want. All right, guys, that is it for how to build your own planter boxes out of fence pickets. I think this is a great project. They end up looking great, and you don't have to put a ton of money into it. Don't forget, guys, if you do want step-by-step digital plans on how to build these, including cut sheets and full color pictures and everything like that, I will have that linked in the description below so you can get it for yourself. We're also going to link to all the tools that we used in this video, so make sure you check those out. I hope this video helped you out, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.